This is the typical Hello World program, and before you shut the video off and jump somewhere else, you're asking yourself, why should I watch this? And that's a really good question, because this is the introduction to serial communication, which is what the Arduino uses. In today's Arduino, we've got nothing plugged in. It's just connected to the computer via this USB port, which is a serial interface. Back in the early to mid 80s, every computer, peripheral, modems, printers, whatever, connected through serial, almost all of them. And it was a lousy interface back then, and frankly, in the 40 years plus since, or almost 40 years since, it hasn't improved much. So yeah, in some of the programs I've written for the Arduino, the hardest thing was making the serial interface work correctly. So, okay, this is the introduction to the serial interface of the Arduino. So let's get started. This is the Arduino. It's written in C. It's a hello world, and we're going to access the output via the serial monitor, which I'll show you in a second. So to get to there, you access tools and serial monitor, and it pops up over here. And then when I enter any character, it doesn't matter what it is, the program will start running. Okay, so that's what it does. Yes, I know it's not very exciting, but again, this is the introduction to our serial interface. Okay, this is our setup routine as required by the Arduino. And this first statement is the speed at which the USB port is going to communicate. So this is 9600 baud. And you'll notice over here it's 9600 baud. Now we can change this, yeah, we can do that in a second. We'll look at that. We'll change the serial rate. And that's also important, how fast your program runs. In some programs, if this is set too low, you'll find your program just dragging along. Okay, so the next thing is print line hello world program, and we'll restart so we can see that. Okay, so there's the hello world program, and then the next line is enter any character into the box above to start. That's here. Now there's the basics of the print. There's a print statement which has no line feed. It'll just print on the same line. It'll concatenate everything you put out there. This says print line, so it'll eject, it'll make a new line and come down here, and then this will start a new line because this is also a print line. Okay, so then we come down to our void loop, which is the other required routine in an Arduino program. And it says if serial is available is greater than 1, or you can just say if serial is available. That's also works. So in other words, when something is entered up here, serial becomes available, and this if statement will execute. And what it does is it prints our statement hello world, and because it's a print line, it will eject. It will carriage return is what I should say onto the next line. And we'll just do that again. Just type in a Z this time and hit enter. What am I doing? There's my finger. Okay, hello world. And that's how that works. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this baud rate thing, and that's pretty much it. Let's change this. This will tell you the selections you have. So let's change it to 57600. Notice it stops working over here and it's confused. 57600. Then we shall recheck it, recompile it, and then upload it. And usually we'll get a line of garbage. Clear the output. Usually we'll get a line of garbage up here. Let me do that again. Clear the output. Usually we'll get this line of garbage up here because the computer is trying to sync. And then we'll get our hello world program at the end, and then enter any character into the box, and we'll hit Z. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually outputting a lot faster than it was before. So yeah, that's what that baud rate does. Now the baud rate depends upon the quality of the cable, the length of the cable, and all this serial stuff, and it's highly susceptible to outside interference. So yeah, the rule is you kind of run as slow as you possibly can get away with, and yeah, for safety's sake. Okay, well that's it for introduction to serial communications on the Arduino. I hope you found it useful and interesting in your Arduino programming.